Hey everyone, I'd love to hear your creative ideas. What happens next in the story? Drop your version in the comments. Let's build a fun, supportive community where we grow as storytellers and share our imaginations together. Seriously, it's a dream of mine to connect with others through storytelling, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Now let's get started. The wind howled through the dense forest, its icy fingers rattling the skeletal trees. At the heart of the woods stood the cabin, a lone silhouette against the pale moonlight. It seemed to breathe with the wind, its walls creaking like the groans of an old, forgotten soul. Inside, a fire crackled in the hearth, casting jagged shadows that danced across the wooden walls. But the warmth of the flames did little to dispel the tension between the two figures, locked in a bitter argument at the cabin's centre. "You don't understand," a woman's voice cracked with desperation. Her hands trembled as she clutched a weathered diary to her chest, its leather cover stained and brittle with age. "If you destroy it, you'll doom us all. And if we keep it, we'll lose everything anyway," the man countered, his voice sharp with fury and fear. He towered over her, brandishing a fire poker like a sword. His shadow loomed large on the walls, monstrous and distorted. "This thing isn't a journal, it's a curse. Please, Ethan," she pleaded, tears streaking her face. "I can fix it. I can fix everything. Just let me try." "You had your chance, Claire," Ethan spat. He swung the poker toward the diary, but before he could strike, a deafening crack of thunder shook the cabin. The flames in the hearth sputtered and died, plunging the room into darkness. In the silence that followed, only Claire's strangled gasp could be heard. When the fire rekindled itself moments later, Ethan was alone. The diary lay open on the floor, its pages blank save for a single line scrawled in fresh ink. "One remains, but not for long." Years later, the cabin stood as a monument to that fateful night, abandoned and cloaked in mystery. Rumours swirled among the locals about what had happened to Ethan and Claire, but no one dared venture close enough to uncover the truth. That is, until four friends, emboldened by curiosity and the thrill of the unknown, decided to spend a weekend there. "This place is seriously creepy," Mia muttered, pulling her jacket tighter around her as she stepped onto the cabin's porch. Her breath puffed in the cold air, mingling with the scent of damp wood and decay. "Are we sure this is a good idea?" "Come on, it's just an old cabin," Jason said with a grin, pushing open the creaky door. The others hesitated before following him inside. "What's the worst that could happen?" "Famous last words," muttered Leah, her eyes darting around the dimly lit interior. The cabin was eerily untouched, as if frozen in time. A thick layer of dust coated the furniture, and cobwebs draped the corners like tattered curtains. Ben, the quietest of the group, picked up a lantern from the table and lit it. The warm glow illuminated the room, revealing a fireplace filled with ashes and a wooden staircase leading to a loft. "There's definitely a story here," he said softly. "You can feel it." Jason rolled his eyes. "You're always looking for a story, Ben. Not everything has to be so deep." "No, he's right," Leah said, running her fingers over the dusty mantelpiece. "This place feels heavy, like it's holding its breath." Mia shivered. "Okay, now you're just freaking me out. Can we just set up our stuff and get this weekend over with?" As the group unpacked their bags and explored the cabin, Jason stumbled upon a small writing desk tucked away in the corner of the main room. On it sat a leather-bound diary, its cover cracked and faded. "Hey, check this out," he called, holding it up. Ben's eyes lit up with curiosity. "A diary? Maybe it belonged to whoever lived here. Or maybe it's full of spooky ghost stories," Jason teased, flipping it open. The pages were yellowed and brittle, but what caught his attention was the writing. It wasn't old at all. The ink looked fresh, as if it had been written moments ago. "That's weird," Leah said, peering over his shoulder. "What does it say?" Jason read aloud. "They've arrived. 4 of them. Jason, Leah, Ben, and Mia." A chill settled over the group. "Okay, not funny," Mia said, her voice shaking. "Who wrote that?" "No one," Jason said, his bravado faltering. "It was already here." "Sure it was," Leah said, crossing her arms. "You probably wrote it to mess with us." "I didn't," Jason insisted, flipping to the next page. As he did, words began to appear on the blank paper, forming sentences before their eyes. They don't believe it yet, but they will. The cabin always reveals the truth. Mia backed away. "Nope, nope, 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 I'm not staying here." "Wait," Ben said, his voice calm but firm. "This could be, I don't know, some kind of prank or illusion. We shouldn't jump to conclusions." "Are you serious?" Mia snapped. "You just saw it right on its own." Before Ben could respond, the diary's pages flipped wildly, as if caught in a strong wind. When they stilled, a new entry had appeared. It begins with a secret. Jason's will be the first. Jason's face turned pale. "What the hell does that mean?" "You tell us," Leah said, her tone sharp. "What secret is it talking about?" "I don't have any secrets," Jason protested, but the diary disagreed. Words scrawled across the page. The night of the accident, the truth was buried, but not forgotten. Jason staggered back as if struck. No, that's not possible. No one knows about that." "Knows about what?" Mia demanded, her fear giving way to anger. "Jason, what did you do?" Before he could answer, the diary began to glow faintly, its pages turning again. This time it wrote, "Secrets have consequences. One will pay the price before dawn." The group fell into a stunned silence. The cabin seemed to grow colder, the walls closing in around them. Ben broke the silence, his voice barely above a whisper. "We need to leave. Now." "And go where?" Leah asked. "We're in the middle of the woods, hours from town. Do you really want to wander around in the dark?" "She's right," Jason said, his earlier bravado replaced by a quiet dread. "We're safer staying here." "Safer?" Mia said, her voice rising. "You think this place is safe? That thing just threatened us." The diary answered her, "Leaving won't save you. The truth is already here." As the night wore on, the diary continued to write, revealing each friend's deepest secrets and fears. Tensions within the group escalated, old resentments and hidden betrayals bubbling to the surface. The cabin seemed alive, its walls whispering and its floorboards groaning under unseen weight. When the clock struck midnight, the diary's tone changed. Its entries became more urgent, its predictions more dire. The cabin's history repeats itself. One will vanish before dawn, just as before. "What does it mean, just as before?" Leah asked, her voice trembling. Ben's eyes narrowed. "The tragedy, the one this place is famous for, the diary must be connected to it." "No kidding," Jason muttered. "But how do we stop it?" Before anyone could answer, the diary's glow intensified, and the pages began to burn away, one by one. On the final remaining page, a single sentence appeared. "Time's up." The fire in the hearth roared to life, and the room was engulfed in blinding light. When the light faded, one of them was gone. The remaining 3 stared at the empty space where their friend had stood moments before. The diary lay closed on the floor, its leather cover unblemished. Ben picked it up with shaking hands and opened it. The pages were blank again, save for one new entry. 3 remain. For now. They looked at each other, their fear now mingled with a desperate determination. The cabin was silent, but the air crackled with the promise of more to come. And so, the story ends with a question. Who will be next? And what will you do when the diary's gaze turns to you? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Your support means the world to me and keeps this adventure going.